Well, Marjorie Taylor Greene is just openly calling now for another secession. Just openly calling for a national divorce. Because why? I don't know. Woke. The wokesters. Take a look at this from her Twitter account. We need a national divorce. We need to separate by red states and blue states and shrink the federal government. Everyone I talk to says this. I think you should think about who you're talking to. From the sick and disgusting woke culture issues shoved down our throats to the Democrats' traitorous America Last policies, we are done. So, when she says the sick and disgusting woke culture, are we really calling for another national divorce because what? Because Sam Smith dressed up like the devil or something during a dance? Oh no, it's all over. Ben, what are we gonna do? And then the traitorous America Last policies. Yeah, okay. So let's walk through this, because some people, even on the left, I've heard go, how would a national divorce work? It wouldn't work. Number one, I think, and this is not my arguing point because this is too subjective. We'll get to the more fact-based stuff. But my heart is within the idea, is bought into the idea that we are the United States of America. Even if we have incredible divisions, incredible differences, it is our duty to work through those. It is our duty to, because we all have a claim to this country. We are all real Americans, as they like to say. We're going to have to figure out how we push through that and how we do anything other than some kind of national divorce. But let's talk about why this just logistically, even if everyone was like, yeah, let's figure out how to peacefully do a national divorce, which again, no peaceful option, as I'm about to walk through. The first, and I'll break this down into why this wouldn't work from both sides, and then break down why, if she got what she wanted and there was a red state United States of America, so whatever, Trump states of America, why that would be disastrous for them. Even if they got their way, or Marjorie Greene got away, it would be horrible for her. But first, let's just go through generally why this would not logistically work. We don't have a geographic divide like we had previously, and still, I'm glad that didn't end up taking place. But there isn't a north-south divide. There is a more complicated, multifaceted division as far as where conservatives and where liberals tend to live geographically. And so, for example, in the state of Texas, where I live, this is a red state. I live in Austin. Are you saying that everyone in Austin would either have to be a part of the new red state version of America or leave? So you're calling for mass exodus from blue cities, or the other way around, when there's really red areas within blue states. The divisions that are present right now set up a situation where you could not just, all right, we're all good. And what would happen is there would be disagreement over what goes where, and that's when violence starts. And that's what Marjorie Greene knows what she's doing here. That's what she's trying to do, is say, hey, let's just do a simple thing. We clearly are too different. You think it's okay for people who want to dance in a particular type of clothing to do that. I think that's the end of the world. So we should just call it a day on the whole America thing. And what she knows is kind of within that, if you're reading between the lines, is it's gotten so bad that it's time to do anything to get away from these people. And that's how you justify some horrible things on the part of those who buy into her ideology. And I'm making light because she said the woke culture thing of the differences. The differences are significant. I don't miss that. I'm aware of that. I mean, I talk about that as my literal job. I know the differences are quite present and they matter. The solution is not what she's putting forward, because that only outcome that provides, that would logically lead to, is quite disastrous. And as I said, call me, gushy. I think we all are Americans and should stay a part of this country. And And then getting to why this would be disastrous for Marjorie Greene. Even if somehow she got Joe Biden to go, you know what? Heck yeah. I'm annoyed with Marjorie Greene. So all the red states are going, and for some reason Biden can now unilaterally make that decision. What would this look like? A red state version of the United States? Well, it would be brutal. Brutal. Just quickly as a side note, one time on the show I said the word brutal, and ever since then Ben and I have been doing that in our private life. Brutal.
Absolutely stuck in my head.
It's brutal how much we say brutal, frankly. Anyway, so here is the poverty rates. And this is not me saying, ha ha, I want to address this. I want the federal government to get involved to address this. Marjorie Greene doesn't. She wants people to continue being in this level of an economic situation. But the top 10, as you'll see here, most impoverished states in the United States: Mississippi, Louisiana, New Mexico, West Virginia, Kentucky, Arkansas, Alabama, Oklahoma. Then it has DC in here, obviously not an actual state as of now, South Carolina, and then it goes on, Tennessee. But those were the top 10. You notice something about all those? Red states. Again, excluding DC, but you can include it and still you have 9 out of 10 red states. So that would be a very impoverished country. And as we discussed in the past, red states disproportionately get more in federal money than they give out, meaning blue states in a very general sense are subsidizing, and blue states are disproportionately the ones, when this is the case, giving more in federal money than they get back in federal money for the purposes of when it's all said and done, going into red states, which again, I'm not against that. I think that's great. Wherever there are needs, red, blue, purple, whatever, that's where the money needs to be going. So I'm perfectly great with that. But the situation that would be present if there was Marjorie Greene's America would be impoverished. There would be incredibly high crime rates because, as we've talked about in the past, disproportionately, when you look at the top crime rate states, it's disproportionately red states. That's homicide, that's gun violence, and the education systems are disproportionately worse in red states, and on and on and on. And we've gone through that in the past more extensively. But you would have a very rough situation there, brutal situation there. And I don't want that. I want, if there's more wealthy individuals, if there's more wealth in blue states and there's more needs in red states, again, not in every single situation, but when you look at it as a whole, then I want that to be happening. I want red states to be getting the needs, their needs met. Marjorie Greene, if she had her way, would set up a situation where those needs can't be met. And there's so much more suffering, all because of woke.